Wednesday night here in Auburn Arena, the Auburn Tigers defeated the Alabama Crimson Tide 95-91.
Coach McMillan's old office at Mountain Brook High School is only 10 miles away from his new job at SAMFORD University.
But what you may not know is that they do more than just pass out Gatorade or wipe sweat off the floor.
Also here tonight is the Amway Coaches Trophy. Alabama in the Amway Coaches Poll is currently ranked #1. Everybody hurting includes the fans. UA students are distraught about Tua's injury, but of course today is Mac Jones Day. The redshirt sophomore is confident and ready to go, as you heard from Coach Saban and his teammates. Coach Saban expects his team to compete for 60 minutes and believes the fans should be held to the same standard. But the jump from high school to D1 is extremely significant. Somebody he can look to for assistance in that is Alabama legend Wimp Sanderson. But the trophy isn't the only thing that has traveled far for the Hey Coach show tonight.
The win for the Tigers was their 5th overtime win of the season and their 3rd overtime win in a row.
But Tua's impact here on campus is much bigger than football. Kickoff is set for 6 p.m. inside Bryant-Denny Stadium here in Tuscaloosa. Reporting live for CTKO, I'm William Galloway. Good evening, everyone. I'm William Galloway. It was a busy weekend for Alabama athletics with events going on all over the country. Some huge games and matchups took place, but none bigger than the women's basketball game this afternoon in Starkville. Late in the second quarter, forward Jasmine Walker dishes it off to Araya Copeland, uses the glass, and Alabama trails by 9 to Mississippi State. Then, in the start of the third, Jordan Danbury transition layup and one opportunity, gets that one to fall. The Bulldogs go up 12. Then, with 7 minutes left in the third, guard Sierra Johnson drives, kicks it to Jasmine Walker. That's money, 41-33. Mississippi State still in the lead. Then, guard Jordan Lewis drives the ball in the paint. There she goes, lays it in, gets it to fall, and one. Mississippi State led, and then an Alabama buzzer beater from Megan Abrams would down the 9th-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs with the Crimson Tide 66-64 victorious. Head coach Christy Curry says, quote, "There's nothing better than getting a big road win and seeing our players get to celebrate. They've been so close all season against really good teams, and we've just been right there. Anytime you can come out on the road in a hostile environment in front of a big crowd, which is great for women's basketball, and get a win, it's great for our kids who absolutely deserve it," end quote. The Alabama men's basketball team was also victorious last night in the state of Mississippi. Head coach Nate Oates led his team to a 103-78 victory at Ole Miss. 5 Alabama players reached double-digit scoring. Kyra Lewis Jr. earned his 2nd double-double of his career. He now has scored 10-plus points in 25 of Alabama's 27 contests. The Crimson Tide will continue its Mississippi tour when they face Mississippi State on Tuesday night in Starkville. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. on the SEC Network. Alabama head coach Nate Oates says, quote, "We set the tone early by playing with a lot of energy, and we showed leadership by the way we got ourselves ready to play. I thought our start in the first half was really good. Defensively, we struggled in the second half," end quote. And yesterday, the Detroit Pistons signed former Alabama forward Dante Hall to a 10-day contract. This season, he has played in 36 games with the Grand Rapids Drive in the G League. Hall averaged 15.4 points and 10.5 rebounds per game. His first game was tonight on the road versus the Portland Trail Blazers. And yesterday in Auburn, the Tigers overcame a 17-point deficit to take down Tennessee and stay unbeaten at home. Samir Dowdy led Auburn with 22 points in 37 minutes of action. Auburn had 27 points off 24 volunteer turnovers. Jordan Bowden led Tennessee with a game-high 28 points. Next up, Auburn will host Ole Miss on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. on the SEC Network. This afternoon on the Diamond, the Alabama softball team faced Louisville in the final game of the EASTON BAMA Bash. Montana Fouts in the circle there. There's Bailey Hemphill going to left center. That shot would bring in one for the Crimson Tide. SKYLAR Wallace scores for Alabama the first run of the game. Next batter, KB Sides, pokes one to right field there. That brings in Hemphill. Alabama goes up 2-0 in the bottom of the first. And hey, one more time, 3 runs in a row, why not? Kaylee Tao up next for Alabama. A shot to deep right field. It ends up being caught, but it's a sac fly, and Alabama scores 3 runs in the first inning, goes on to win 10-0 in 5 innings. SKYLAR Wallace won the MVP of the EASTON BAMA Bash.
Today, for sure, I was seeing the ball well. I mean, I didn't really stress out. We watched a lot of film before these games, and I just kind of stuck to myself, swing hard, have fun, see the ball, hit the ball type thing, just keep it simple. And so I saw the ball well coming in the zone.
Last night, Tuscaloosa native Deontay Wilder faced Tyson Fury in Las Vegas in a heavily anticipated matchup, and it did not disappoint. Fury landed a strong punch, putting Wilder down in the third round. He ended up getting up, but he wasn't the same after that. His balance was off, and Fury won by rule of a TKO in the 7th round. Wilder was obviously disappointed and realizes the reality of the situation.
I'm doing good, things like this happen. The best man won tonight, but my coach, my side, threw in the towel, and I'm ready to go out on my shield, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of things going on coming into this fight, but it is what it is.
That's a look at the busy weekend of sports here in Tuscaloosa and around the country. We'll be right back after this.
WVUA 23's William Galloway has more on McMillan's goal of transforming Samford's program the same way he transformed Mountain Brook's.
It's not very often that high school players help a coach get to college. It's usually the other way around, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Samford men's basketball officially named Bucky McMillan the next head coach of the Bulldogs on Monday, April 6th. McMillan is a Birmingham native and comes by way of Mountain Brook High School. Now he looks to implement his unique style at the college level.
I don't really put a goal on wins or losses. I never have. Our goal is just going to be the things we can control, and that's going to be surrounding our program with the right personnel, the effort we're going to play with, playing together, and going out there and playing every game and expecting great results. And if you do that, great things will take care of itself.
Coach McMillan's old office at Mountain Brook High School is only 10 miles away from his new job at Samford University. But the jump from high school to D1 is extremely significant. Somebody he can look to for assistance in that is Alabama legend Wimp Sanderson.
And the first time I met him and he knew I was starting to coach, he said, number one thing is get him to play hard. That's what's most important. And one of my most proud moments was when he saw us at the Civic Center. And he came up to me and said, if I could get my teams to play half as hard as your teams, I'd still be coaching today. And I love that from him, because I just think he got his teams to play so hard.
McMillan says he wants this to be a team not just for Samford, but for the city of Birmingham and the state of Alabama.
We have people in our practices at all times. If you came to a Mountain Brook practice, there could be 25 people watching the practice. And that's what we want. We want people from the city to know that the Pete Hanna Center, hey, you're a part of this. And we'd love to have you come to practice. We'd love to have you be a part of our program. And we're going to love to rally the city around the special thing we're about to build.
In McMillan's first season, the Bulldogs will face Florida, Ole Miss, and Vanderbilt as part of their non-conference schedule. In Birmingham, William Galloway, WVUA 23 Sports.